Hey Brandon, it's Jessica from Peterson SEO. Congratulations on this purchase of your roofing company. I know you're getting ready to close soon. That's awesome. And thank you for the opportunity to give you this audit. I know in the field you know who your top competitors are, but that's not always the same online. And most people, if they don't know you by brand, they're not searching by brand, they're searching by keywords. So it's really important to know where you are online compared to those competitors. So let's get started here. A traditional search. So when somebody puts in a keyword into Google, there's really three spots of this page that you can own. That's your ad section, whether this be the click to call, I'm sorry, not click to call, cost per click Google ads or your Google guaranteed ads. Both are good options. Google guaranteed tends to be a little bit more expensive, but you're only paying for the lead itself, whereas the cost per click, you're paying for every click. Now, on average, about 10% of people actually click on those ads. One of the most important positions online is going to be your Google business profile. You want to be listed in the top three here, because nearly 30% of people go straight to this section and they start calling these businesses. So if you're not up here, you're losing a ton of potential business. Now, in order to get in the top three, there are several factors um, to optimizing your Google business profile. So one of the biggest factors is going to be having more citations than your top competitors. That means more directory listings. And so you have to have your name, address, phone number, and website in all of those listings. And then, of course, getting better reviews, having more photos, and really optimizing that profile is going to help you get in this top three. And then the number one position you want to be is right here. And you are currently actually in this top position, but it's really because your competition isn't really doing anything online right now. They're not really putting in the effort. And so once they do, you will no longer be in this position. So let's take a look real quick um, at your Google business profile. So you have 5 out of 5 stars, which is good. You only have 9 Google reviews, so you definitely want to work on getting those reviews up. And if you see this here, it's asking me, do I own this business? This is telling me that you guys need to actually claim your Google business profile. If you do not claim this, somebody else could claim it and definitely ruin your business reputation. So you definitely want to own this business, get this optimized, work on your reviews so that you can push your way into the top three for your keywords and your service area. Now, let's go into your website. So you have a decent looking website here. Your website is secure, which is awesome. You have a click to call phone number, which I love. You do have service pages, so this is a good start. Um, let's see. Top rated roofing services in the Helena area, so you are showing that you're targeting Helena. That's good. Um, so we have a little bit of content here. The content's kind of small and hard to read, so I definitely increase that font size. And then you do have clickable other pages, which is good. Now, there's been so many changes online and with Google, and what used to work a few years ago just does not work today. Um, Not only do people search by keyword, but they also search with questions. Now they're using AI and different bots to get their questions answered. So you really need a website that will come up and answer those questions. So not only do you need to be found for those keywords, but you really need to focus on the ask and answers. You need to have a lot more content to do that. Google does not rank websites based on the design, but it is based on content. And you need to have a good amount of content. You need 150 words for every keyword you're going to target. And those keywords need to be duplicated multiple times to even get picked up to be indexed so that you can rank for it. Now, like I said, your competition isn't doing a whole lot, but all it's going to take is one new entry into your market that builds this out correctly and does it, and you're going to get buried organically. So it's really, really important to work on your website, the structure, the content. You do need separate service pages for each of your major services. I do see residential roofing and commercial roofing. Those are still pretty generic. I would have pages for storm damage, roof repairs, roof inspections, flat roofs, pitched roofs, all of the different varieties, tile roofing, whatever it is that you guys offer and do. If you're doing inspections, have separate pages so you can focus on those keywords, get indexed, and be found for those keywords. And then if you're serving outside of Helena, maybe you're serving also in Butte or Missoula, have those service area pages so you can target those keywords specific to those areas. And it's really going to boost you guys online and really drive that volume. It's great if you have a ton of referrals, which is awesome, but you can't rely on them. So you really need to have a good online strategy. Let's look at your top organic competitor. Is this Christofferson? Again, a decent website. Click to call. I like that they have a form right on the top of their homepage. You need these on every single page. So no matter where anybody lands, they can easily get to you. And a lot of people tend to like forms over calls. So you definitely need your calls to action. Let's see, services. So there's this pretty generic as well. They don't have a whole lot of content here. So you guys are kind of in the same boat. So you definitely always need more than whatever your competitor's doing. But you're going to need a lot more content just to get indexed and start to rank, and then apply some SEO behind that to really give you some power. So let's take a look at this program called Ahrefs. It tells us how your website is performing. Right off the bat, you have a 302 error. So you definitely are going to need to do some repairs there. If we look at your website ranking, this is how Google sees your website. You have a domain rating, that's your website as a whole. Your domain rating is a 0.1 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google doesn't trust your website. And that's 100% based on the fact that you have very little content, nothing to make you an authority in your area, and your backlink and referring domain quality. A referring domain is any website that provides your website with a link from their site to your site, and the backlink is that physical link. This is like power. So if you think of a referring domain like a power source, the backlink is the cord to your favorite tool. And so you plug your favorite tool with the cord into the wall, it fires up your tool. It's the same thing for your website. This is what powers your website, helps build your authority, helps you to rank your keywords. If you look here, you only have 2 keywords indexed and you're getting 0 organic traffic. Looking at your keywords, you've only been indexed for 2 and they're not even local. So you're not getting any traffic. And then I mentioned your backlink and referring domains. This is where a lot of your power comes from. And if you can see here, majority of your backlink profile is all spam. And it's actually hurting you guys quite a bit. So you're going to have to disavow these bad links. Now, if we look at your competition, oh, sorry, this is your keywords. So if we look at these keywords here, there's a ton of potential volume just in Helena, by just ranking for these different keywords. This is monthly volume that you're missing out on by just not having your website and the content built out properly. Looking at your number one competitor, they're in the same boat. They have a 0.1 in Google's trust flow. Even though they have backlinks, they've got 30 keywords that they're indexed for. And yet, their best one is position 16, which puts them actually on page 2 of Google. But because the competition really isn't doing anything, you guys are actually showing up, even though they're saying you should be on page 2, and yours technically should be on page 4. Just based on positioning, you get 10 spots per Google. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done online organically to make sure that you can be found in each of your service areas for all of the services that you are offering. Hopefully this you found helpful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out, shoot me a text, reply back to this email, and I'd be happy to go into this in more detail and answer any questions you have. Thank you, Brandon. Have a wonderful day.